Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Here locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out New Cat Body by Jeremy Jones.
Good afternoon. It is Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. Here I am, running a couple minutes late, but I am here. How's everybody doing today? We're going to go over the latest list I put together, which is the top 11 defensive ends in the NFC. Also talk about any Lions news that I've seen, which isn't much. But in latest news that I heard, Isaiah Buggs has been released from the Chiefs, and well deserved. I guess there's too much damning evidence out there. But let's go to the top of the list. Number 1 is Micah Parsons. Anybody that thinks different is wrong. 2, according to a lot of the draft pundits or a lot of the NFL pundits that I looked at, say is Aiden Hutchinson. 3 is Montez Sweat. 4 is Rashawn Gary. 5 is Nick Bosa. 6 is DeMarcus Lawrence. 7 is Kayvon Thibodeau. 8 is Dante Fowler. 9 is Jalen Carter, who's been playing more defensive end now with the Philly than at D tackle. 10 is Kobe Turner from the Buccaneers. And 11 is Leonard Williams. My honorable mentions here are Preston Smith, Cam Jordan, Grady Jarrett, Jerry Tillery, and Kalijah Cansey, in no particular order on the honorable mentions. So what do you think of that list, guys? Good afternoon, Ricky Sagat. My weekend was spent sleeping, a lot of it. Oh my goodness. I worked Saturday and I pretty much went to bed, couldn't sleep, went for a drive, came back home, went back to bed at 4 a.m. and pretty much slept the entire day except when it was time to eat. Rest well needed, so it was perfect. So again, let's start at the top. Number one defensive end in the NFC, Micah Parsons at one. Two is Aiden Hutchinson. Three is Montez Sweat. Four is Rashawn Gary. Five is Nick Bosa. Six is Demarcus Lawrence. Seven, Kayvon Thibodeau. How you doing, man, Henry? Good to see you. Glad I'm finally able to go back into my own channel again. That was great. Eight is Dante Fowler. Nine, Jalen Carter, because he lines up at right defensive end. Jordan Davis is predominantly the starting nose tackle there. Colby Turner for the Buccaneers. Leonard Williams. And that's the list. My honorable mentions are Preston Smith, Cam Jordan, Grady Jarrett, Jerry Tillery, and Kalijah Cansey. What? Montez Sweat is number three. Why are you laughing at that? You find that funny? Aiden Hutchinson's two. Micah Parsons is one. I can live with that list. I mean, I tried to be fair. My honorable mentions: Preston Smith, Cam Jordan, Grady Jarrett, Jerry Tillery, and Kalijah Cansey. And the reason why all of those are in the honorable mention, other than Kalijah Cansey, is all three of them are in that north of 30 range and starting to miss games. So I can't put them in my top ones, but they're good enough to mention them. But Isaiah Bugs released from the Chiefs. That's because he's a former Lion. Oh, my own channel. My own channel. Because of the rules, that I couldn't go live into my Facebook page for my channel until I had 30 days in and 100 subs or 100 followers. And then less than 20 days into it, they changed it to 60 days. Watch. I'm going to be able to go into it for 10 more days and they're going to change it to 90. Facebook has been changing their specifications faster than most people change their underwear. I'm on YouTube, yes, at Kneecap Biting with the Motor City Lions. I am also on Twitter at Smoking Jeremy B. I am also in the Huddle Up Sports Network on Facebook or Huddle Sports Network page on Facebook. I'm all over the place. I'm going live into 7 channels right now. Let's see. Yep, sure am. It's just Facebook keeps changing the rules. And so all I can do is sit back and wait for the day to hit. And that happened over the weekend. So now I'm live back on my own Facebook podcast page. I love being on the YouTube side. The lag is less and everything else. Yeah, when you're on your TV, it doesn't allow you to comment. So you kind of still have to watch on your phone. But give me a follow. And currently, I have to change my caption again. We are at 452 subscribers. When we hit 500, we are going to do a sports memorabilia giveaway, regardless of team, because my buddy does custom stuff. So you will get your choice of custom sports memorabilia. If you want it to say Bears on it, it'll say the Bears. It might have an FDP somewhere in there, tiny though. Thank you, thank you, man, Henry. That's how we grow. Is if I don't say it, it don't happen. So I push it. I push it when I'm at work. I see somebody wearing a Lions hat. I get me a sub because that's what you do. It's word of mouth is actually better than what I do here online. But once they get in, they like it. Oh, Dwayne Keen in the chat. Good afternoon to all. Let's go. Detroit Lions won pride. Yes, sir. No news is good news. And guess what? There's no Lions news. That means nobody got in trouble. Everybody's doing what they're supposed to be and staying out of trouble. And we are making it. Unlike the Chiefs, who has Rasheed Rice got a pending decision being made on what his involvement in the car accident. Luckily, the guy dropped charges on the attack at the nightclub because he realized he was in the wrong. But Isaiah Buggs, mistreatment of animals, second degree domestic violence, and burglary, attempted burglary. Oh, okay, cool, man, Henry. But yeah, you're right. And all I do is I turn the sound down on my phone and turn the sound up on my TV, and because sometimes they don't coincide with each other. Had my coffee, had some scrambled eggs and cheese, having a great morning. So, what did everybody do for the weekend? It's still Pride Month. Yep, and that's why the Chicago Bears put out that poster with Caleb Williams and Roma Dunze. It looks like a gay pride poster. I actually got it right here. Oh no, I deleted it. Damn it. Hey man, Henry, did you see the running back list from Friday? Top running back units in the NFL. I don't know what happened to the Green Bay Packers logo, but I think it's right with the ownership of Lambeau Field now. Patty Grimes in the chat. What's up, Patty? Long time no see. Yes, he did. As a part of Jordan's Bulls. Yes. Yes, 100%. Chicago accepts him. That's fine. No, Hank Fraley's better. John Sally won a championship on a different team, didn't he? Yes, he did. When he left, he won. God, who did John Sally win? The Spider. Yeah, he won one in '96, and he also won one in 2000. Both of those was the different teams. So does anybody disagree with that list? I know Patty, you didn't hear it. Dwayne Keene, you didn't hear it. No, we don't bring back criminals. So let me give you that list one more time because a lot of you weren't here. I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up. The honorable mentions are Preston Smith, Cam Jordan, Grady Jarrett, Jerry Tillery, and Kalijah Cansey. At 11, I have Leonard Williams. At 10, I got Colby Turner. At 9, I got Jalen Carter. At 8, I got Dante Fowler. At 7, Kayvon Thibodeau. 6, DeMarcus Lawrence. 5, Nick Bosa. 4, Rashawn Gary. 3, Montez Sweat. 2, Aiden Hutchinson. And number 1, I got Micah Parsons. That is my list, 1 through 11. I think those are the best defensive ends in the NFC right now. Isn't it amazing how the NBA has become soft since the bad boy era? Yeah, it was shortly after that. I think it was 2006 was when they changed the rules and did away with the hand check, and defense has not been played the same since. And there was a podcaster who is now a head coach that made the remark that if players played as hard a defense in the NBA, that the scoring would have been less than 70 points a game in the NBA. And we went back, and somebody refuted it and said, "Wow, even back in the hand check era, uh, when the 2004 Pistons beat, and this is when we played defense, beat the LA Lakers 4 times, they won with a score of 88 points. But at the same time, LA never scored less than 79. So I don't see how if they played defense because of there's 8 more minutes versus college. That's why it'd be so hard for a team to score 70 points or less. Uh, there's also a longer shot clock in college. I think it's 28 seconds versus 24. So you got less time and more time on the shot clock, which takes away more defensive, takes away on offense for both teams. That's why you see low scoring games. Every now and then you'll run into those two teams where neither team played defense and you'll see a high scoring college game. Right. Matt Henry, it actually was the Malice at the Palace. What year was that? That was November 19th, 2004. 2 years later, hand check went away, all that stuff went away, and the enforcer type of defenses were done. Yeah, we are showing our age again. Yeah, today's NBA is not the same. Uh, LeBron would not be playing 20 plus years in the NBA if he started back then. If he'd have been drafted way earlier, is what I'm getting at. Oh yeah, Lambeer, Oakley, Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Dikembe Mutombo, Hakeem Olajuwon. The list goes on and on. Shaquille got out of the league because it got so soft on defense. He couldn't do anything without drawing a foul or getting fouled. There has been so much that has changed. The NFL has even gone soft compared to what it was, and it all started with that Zach Follett hit at 2016 or 2017. That was when the high hits were taken. Bill Russell dominated the paint. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he's not as loved as Magic Johnson, but did way more for the Lakers over the years. Um, there's all sorts of people that are not getting the love they deserve. So good to see you guys here. Brent, I hope you've been well. Missed you here, buddy. Man, I've been trying to catch up on sleep so much. I missed out on a lot of good podcaster stuff, but I did get a chance to jump in on Will Vogues last night and talk a little football. I talked about my knowledge of the teams around the league. I hope they appreciated it, Will. There is so much crying to the refs in every sport. Burfict was the only guy I considered dirty during that time. That hit he put on AB is the reason why he's half brain dead. You know what I mean? I mean, he hit AB so hard he woke up thinking he was a teenager again. Vontez Burfict. Mm-mm-mm. He was a hitter. Do you know the Mike Webster story after he retired? I don't know it personally, but, my good friend Ralph Williams of RW Media, he talked about it the other day, and I caught parts of it. But man, it's a sad story, but not as sad as his teammate, the one that drank antifreeze to kill himself. Mike Webster actually died in a hospital. The way that went on concussion was a little incorrectly done. But man, talk about everything that went wrong in the NFL. Yep, losing his family and living out of his car, but he did turn himself into the hospital because he didn't wanna die for his kids. He was trying to get the help he needed, and he died in the hospital. He slipped into a coma and never woke up. Um, there's been a lot of sad stories that involves the head trauma of the old Jack Tatum, guys who used to hit so hard that they made themselves deaf. It's sad. It's a sad state that it's in, and that's because they didn't improve the helmet soon enough, and they didn't look at the type of hits they were doing soon enough. But at the same time, NFL wouldn't be as loved as it is today if it wasn't for those hard hits that they used to do, the best hits of the week. Every week you saw it on ESPN or NFL Films. Uh, Scott Sable, rest in heaven. Um, Great guy. Used to do great best hits, best plays, best mic'd up moments. AB will never be the same. I've seen some talks with him now, and he is messed up 100%. Just like he tried to say it was his ankle that hurt on why he left the Jets game when he was playing with the Buccaneers, his last game played, and he skipped off the field. Your ankle hurts. You ain't skipping. I remember when Shaw. Yeah, I know. That's another one of those things that made it so that we are at where we're at with the rules. Remember after that hit, they quit hitting in the Pro Bowl. That was the hit that ruined the Pro Bowl. Yep, his last game when he took his uniform off, just crazy. He didn't even go out with dignity. I thought Stafford was acting concussed after playoff game. He looked it. I mean, Hutchinson got him. Who else got him? Didn't Aline get him in that game? And when his head hit that turf, he hit hard. Man, what a great day talking sports. Any day I'm talking sports, it's a good day. I even got to talk a little last night at 1 a.m. Fields definitely had a concussion and came back next play in that Browns game, year one. Oh my goodness. Also, when Tua got hit and had his hands in there on the ground, yep, when he did this, the sign of concussion. Your hands go out of control in that instant. That's why boxers, you can see their gloves twitch and then freeze. Um, there's a lot of things that shows that. Yeah, Tua is in trouble long term with this concussion issues. And it's another reason why his deal has not been done yet. They need to see another healthy season out of him before they're going to pay him. And anybody that says that's ludicrous doesn't understand that it's a business. And I really do hope they go with a separate salary cap for quarterbacks that doesn't count against the rest of the team. Bills Andre Smith took Fields and took out Fields in preseason. How you doing, John? Good to see you. And by the way, John, I have Rashawn Gary as the fourth best defensive end in the NFC, just ahead of Nick Bosa. I have it Micah Parsons, Aiden Hudson, Montez Sweat, Rashawn Gary in that order for the top four. I think it's a good list. Do you disagree with it, John Dorn? If Miami doesn't sign him, someone else will take a chance on him. No, he doesn't. Believe it or not, uh, talking in the open mic, he said Hutchinson's better than Gary. I'm not. I'm just relaying the message. There's receipts. It's out there. If you watch the open mic Saturday night, was never a big Tua fan ever since Alabama. What if I told you Joe Burrow's missed more games in college and pros than Tua Tonga Viola? I defensive line. I have Dallas as the only D line ranked ahead of probably everybody. I mean, because Demarcus Lawrence is a top 10 talent. Uh, they're they're the only ones with two on the list. Your linebackers are better than most. I got Preston Smith as an honorable mention. Who else did I have there? Cam Jordan, Grady Jarrett, Jerry Tillery, and Kalijah Cansey. So I think in order for depth at defensive end, it's Dallas. God, it's hard to put it there. You know what I mean? But a lot of teams only got one great one. You know what I'm saying? And Lions are included in that. So I don't have them as a top 5 D line right now. Now, if you add in the D tackles, it moves the Lions up into the top 10, 100%, because DJ Reader and Aleem McNeil are considered a very good duo right now. Oh, guess who got married over the weekend? Jared Goff and Kristen Harper, the Sports Illustrated swimsuit model, finally got married. Congratulations to him. He got a trophy wife. That's definitely a very good duo if they both can stay healthy. You know, that's the crazy thing. I think Love possibly might get more. I think it's going to be closer to what Goff got, but Love may want more. Who would be the first player to get 60 then? I don't think anybody's going to get 60. I think that's going to go away. I think they're going to cap it at what Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence makes because 60 is nuts. I mean, the closest right now is Dak with his 58 million cap hit this year. That's not his salary, that's his total cap hit because they backloaded that bonus so much. Yeah, Trevor and Burrow's getting 55 is crazy, and 55 has missed more time in college and NFL. I think what's holding it up is the guaranteed money. More than likely, he probably wants a percentage at least like Goff at 66% of his salary. And do you blame him? I mean, say what you want. I heard Packer fans all over the networks last year when Love was struggling to begin the year, which he had a couple of good games, but he struggled more than he did at the halfway point of the season. Josh Allen and Dak are both going to have ridiculous contracts. They're both set to sign within the next year or two. Uh, Dak is a free agent next year, and the only way he's getting re-signed in Dallas is if he wins some playoff games, and I mean plural. He can't just win one, go to the next level, and die like he has every year that he did win the first one. He has to get him to the NFC Championship game at least, in my opinion. Dak to the Raiders, it very well could be. Dallas better worry about getting CD and Micah Parsons back before they even worry about Dak. You're absolutely right. They're bigger. They're a bigger reason for success than Dak is. So where do we go from here? Well, next tomorrow I'm going to do the defensive tackle. And should I do them as individuals or should I do them as rooms for the top 11? I know, but at the same time, the way his salary is, they can't afford to get rid of him until year 3. So I think it may sit like that for a minute. Do them as overall rooms for the defensive tackles. Okay, that's what I'll do. Eh, Draft, yeah, they would have to trade, and Dak is a free agent. So unless they do a sign and trade type thing, they won't be able to do that. Um, and after we get through these reviews of the defensive rooms next week, I'm going to start at the bottom of the league and try to guess who's going to have the top 5 picks. Because there are about 5 rosters that I see are that are going to struggle this year mightily. Isn't Cooper Rush their backup still? I don't think he's still on their roster. Let me check. Oh, yep. He's their backup still. Trey Lance is third. The worst running back room in the NFL, I think, is in Dallas. And that's no hate to Zeke, but he's not what he was. Denver, New England, Carolina, Titans. I think they're awful. Um, Saints, Cardinals, Broncos, Raiders. Carolina is going to be tough to watch. Wouldn't doubt if they had the number 1 pick. I can tell you that already. The rest is debatable depending on injury. One injury can change an entire team. Absolutely. Especially at the signal caller position because there isn't a lot of teams with good depth. Chargers and Titans, all awful rosters. I know the Titans are. Chargers isn't as awful as everybody thinks. Um, they're just not good at wide receiver. They've got a great defensive roster. They've got a good O line right now. Their running back room is improved. So it is what it is. Now let's see if Justin Herbert can elevate the play of his wide receivers now that he doesn't have Allen and Williams on the roster. Yeah, because Aaron Rodgers got hurt. Now let's see if Aaron Rodgers can last longer than 4 snaps at 40 years old. Will Caleb Williams live up to the hype? We don't know. Like I said, a marginally improved interior O line. It's only improved on paper. Until we see it on the field, you can't say it's better. So Brady, Brady only played till he was 45. Stop. 68. Belichick, on the other hand, coached into his 70s and now has a 24-year-old girlfriend. Whew. Good for Bill. I don't see him the type to spoil his women or spend money. He's a cheap bastard. Look how he dresses. No, no, he's dressing better now that he's retired. Bill told Jerry to kick rocks. The man wears $40 old man New Balance shoes. Hey, you know what? They're good for your feet. The board has unanimously voted to make Ed Policy the new CEO following Murphy's retirement in 2025, according to Tom Pelissero. Ooh. It does work. Ed Policy. Education policy. Is that what it's short for? AB and Burfict to become the head of the NFL Fines and Hit Committee. Yeah, no one will get fined. Do you think they'll ever bring back the color rush? Well, that's what the alternatives are supposed to be. That's what they call the color rush alternatives. So it is what it is. Whew. Gonna be a warm one today, but I'll live. I'm gonna work in the house. Thank God I didn't gotta work today, but it's gonna be warmer tomorrow. From a fantasy perspective, with Corum now there, what do you think of Kyron Williams this year? So far in OTAs, Corum has been outperforming Williams, but at the same time, until it's 11 on 11s, I want to see more before I write him off because Kyron Williams was a dynamite fantasy running back towards the end of the season. great pickup for a lot of teams because out of nowhere, all of a sudden, this guy's rattling off 150-yard games like it's a lifesavers. So, and he did great until he faced the Lions. I just remember when a certain someone said, "Wait till this guy runs all over you. Wait till this guy runs all over you." You know, realize the Lions gave up 100 yards 4 different occasions, and 3 of the times it was due to a quarterback, not running back. The only running backs that got over 100 yards was the Ravens. And you wouldn't think that with Lamar Jackson, but he only got like 36 yards against us, and they got almost 150. As far as running backs, Brock Purdy was another one. He had more yards than his running backs. Puka could because people are going to pay attention now more to him. Last year, he wasn't doubled and tripled much as good as he was doing. He still wasn't doubled and tripled as much. Justin Fields Campbell's got to be happy he's in Pittsburgh now. Absolutely, we are. I'm not going to lie. Um, his legs, both games, he had over 100 yards rushing against us. I just still didn't understand Luke Getsy's play calling in that first game at Detroit when he stopped running the ball in the fourth quarter when we started scoring. A lot of mistakes. When you're up by 14 with 10 minutes to go, you shouldn't be throwing the ball every play. Just my opinion. I just couldn't understand playing to your QB strength and game planning accordingly. But yeah, but I get it. There's a lot of teams that don't do that. They don't play. It is time for me to get the hell off here almost already. It's amazing how fast this hour goes when we're talking. But I'm at to jump straight to this sponsor. I'm gonna skip the fake one for now. But Brandon Service, located at the corner of South Grand Traverse and West Atherton Road in Flint, Michigan, where the tires are good and the water's shit. Uh, Used tires start at $40 and new tires. Call to get your quote 810-233-8230. Talk to George Red or myself. Have a great day, everybody.
Netboard broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.